Okay. Looks like that's it, huh? Okay. Can everybody hear me fine? Okay. This is the processing area here. Fish that we've sorted. Let's say you have a coho. Coho, sometimes they have a coated wire tag. So if it's a hatchery stock, they have adipose fin clip, which is a fin that's near on their tail. And so we need to find out if they've got a tag or some kind of mark, and we can't do that when they're coming on down the flume. We need to get our hands on them to look at them more closely. So those fish then, we divert them. They go into a pre-anesthesia tank. They go into this little hopper here, and this is an electroanesthesia basket. And the fish come out onto the table. The electroanesthesia is, it's not like sticking your finger in a light socket, but it is electricity, and it's about 110 volts, and it stuns the fish. So the fish, if you didn't anesthetize them or stun them or somehow calm them, they'd come onto this table, they'd be flopping all over, you'd be picking them off the floor. By stunning them, they're more docile. They're just laying there, and you have about 10 seconds to kind of move them through before they start kind of coming to and start wiggling around. So the fish come out on the table. We keep water on the table just to keep it wet. So fish just slide on the table. We slide them over a coated wire tag detector, which so a magnetic tag that's in the snout of the fish. It's sensitive now, but you have it so you can check for the tag. Some of the fish also, like native char, which is a threatened species, if we get them here, we stick them in a tank behind you. And then when we're done moving through the fish, where we check them, we have portals that go down to each one of the 4 raceways. We also have 2 ports that go out to the north fill through our truck. So that's, once we process them, we send them to where we want them to go. We can enter the fish and the attributes of the fish on this keypad, and then the light will pop on and say, oh, send them down this chute right here. So that's how we do that. Fish that, like a char, I can pass this around. This is, inside here are a bunch of pit tags. A pit tag is a passive chip tag called a passive integrated transponder. And we inject one of these in the body cavity of native char. And then we put them back out in the river. We also take a DNA sample of those fish, and we find out where they're from. So if it's a stock that comes from the Baker system and it comes back, and we have the DNA, and the DNA says yes, it's a Baker fish, or that's a Lake Shannon fish, or that's a stray, we can put them back to where they should be, instead of having them mixed with other stocks. So I'll pass this around. If you just want to take a quick look, pass around to people, and then just give it back to me. So when do these fish come through? Right now, the peak of the sockeye run occurred about now, early in the week, and the pinks will start coming in August. The pink salmon. The coho, those come in late September and October into November. We'll get chum salmon. Those come, the peak of the chum run is around December. So we'll get some of those fish in. Chinook come in the fall also. So we get all the fish, and the trap is operated all year long, except for a short period of time where we do annual maintenance. So in the end of each generally in May, end of May, we will shut this track down. We go through, grease everything, check everything, make sure everything's working operationally, and then bring it back online. So once a year we have an annual meeting. Other than that, it's open all year long. Okay, so we can go outside. Kenny's one of our employees.